Hello everyone, welcome back to Real Reds Talk, an authentic football fan channel based in Manchester. Back at Old Trafford against Burnley on Saturday afternoon, 3 o'clock kickoff. Could this be Ruben Amorim's last game for Man United? Will he walk? I think we said everything that needed to be said about the Grimsby game, Sam. The question is now, will we bounce back, or are you expecting another lacklustre performance?
Yeah, it could go either way, could it really? Really could. It really could go either way. United just keep you guessing all the time. We put in, if it follows the normal pattern, it's going to be a struggle, and we might end up scraping a draw. That's tend to be where my head goes at. Like if we're playing City or we're playing Liverpool, I'd probably be more optimistic if I'm honest, because we seem to play well against the big teams. But these, let's be honest, Burnley are a championship team. Like they're not a Premier League team. So normally against this kind of opposition, we sort of scrape a draw. So that's kind of what I'm expecting out of this game.
Yeah, normally, I mean, I'm literally just rehearsing the Grimsby preview that we did in our heads when we're going through everything, and we're like, yeah, usually it's a team in League Two. This should be this should be that. But if they perform anything like they did yesterday, they are going to get absolutely pumped by a Premier League opposition. A lot of talk coming into this, Sam, with the manager and tactics. I personally feel like it was a blend of both. I just thought the players did not turn up at all. Thought they got the basics completely wrong. First touch, positioning, 1v1s, duels, everything was just completely off. Grimsby played us off the park in every... I rotated Grimsby as well in that aspect. Yeah. Obviously, with the players coming in, you'd expect your Euros and your Shaws and stuff like that. But are you actually expecting any form of tactical change from Ruben?
Probably not. He mentioned in his interview they're going to speak after the international, during the international break after this game. So I imagine there'll be a discussion about possibly what his tactical plan is, like players. Do we accelerate certain plans for certain players like Baliba and stuff like that? Do we pay a bit extra to get this Sound Le Mans in, like all this sort of stuff? Or do they both agree that tactically he's not going to get where he wants to go and they amicably part ways, because he offered to quit twice last year? So it wouldn't be out of the realm possibly where he just goes, yeah, I'll just go because I don't think I can do this with this team. However, he did change tactically at Sporting. When he first came in, I think he'd lost the first 3-4 games that he had, and he tweaked it tactically and moved it, and then came across the system that he now plays. So he's capable of it. But I don't, it seems like either way, like if he sticks with it, he's going to look like a fool because it doesn't work. And if he changes it, people are going to have a go at him for abandoning his principles. Mm-hmm. So either way, he's screwed. But I would rather him change it tactically and look silly that way, so we actually win games and more effective. But again, there's no guarantee if he changes it tactically that it's going to solve the issues, because Ten Hag played with a 4-3-3. Van Gaal played with a 4-3-3. Like, it's not a guarantee that it fixes it. Like, we saw the mentality of the players against Grimsby. It's lacking in a lot of them. A lot of the players are lacking that mentality, that fight, that desire. Like, it's just not there.
On the tactics, now we've mentioned H on this channel a few times before. He does like the overlap. Really, really good. Him and Ume, I think, who does it for the BBC now. He put something out yesterday. I just thought, that sounds so simple. Why is the manager not even thought of something like this? And he put, go 3-5-2, stick Šeško with one and Mbeumo or Cunha up top, stodge the shit out of the midfield, get Mainu in because he's the only one who looks after the ball, and push Bruno, get Dallo and Dorgu and Ahmad if needed at right wing back, and watch it work. So minor, but so much will come from it. With all due respect, he's not Ruben Amorim's level of coach, but if you're watching that and you're seeing those kind of things, why not pivot? Why not try it? What's the harm in trying it? That's my question. Because then are people going to say, oh, he's going against his beliefs, his philosophy? There's
that, and then there's also, it's the ego of a manager, isn't it? Managers have massive egos.
Ten Hag had the same one though, Sam.
Yeah, Ten Hag, he had the same one. And they believe that their way of playing football is the only way to play football, and that's what it is. And for some reason, they can't just go, right, this ain't working, and move and tweak and adapt. For some reason, like these sort of system managers, Whereas if you look at sort of the best managers in the world, they do adapt, they do change, they do tweak things. Maybe not on a whole scale. Maybe they don't go from like 3-5-2 to back five with one striker. Maybe they don't do that, but they will make tweaks. Like Pep plays a similar way, but he has made tweaks. Like you saw with the inverted fullbacks with Gvardiol. You've seen changes where he's played somebody behind Haaland in a sort of shadow striker with Marmoush and stuff. Like you've seen changes. So you can make adaptations without sacrificing how you want to play football. It is possible. So I'm hoping he has the wherewithal to do that. If he doesn't, he'll lose his job. It's simple as that.
Yeah. We've got news coming in that Rasmus Højlund to Napoli is just about to be done. A matter of short time before we get the here we go on that, which is interesting. It got me thinking, Sam, actually. I didn't have this on the agenda for the preview, but with some of the players that are going out the door, the quote-unquote bomb squad, Marcus Rashford's out on loan, Anthony's going to go, Garnacho, you're getting rid of all these wingers.
Yep.
What are they going to do if Amarin leaves in the international break and they bring in a manager who wants out-and-out wingers, direct wingers, like Garnacho, for example?
Yeah.
Is that not a problem as well?
But don't we all agree that the attitude and the mentality of those guys that are going are not what we should have at Manchester United?
But the manager might not. Chelsea's willing to take a gamble, is my point. Like a different manager
Chelsea,
might come in and go, I want that kind of player.
I wouldn't use Chelsea as a barometer for morality or barometer for behaviour and standards, because they're ran like a cash and carry, aren't they? They're not a football club.
They are, but look where they are in the league.
I know, but like it's succestional. But do you want United to be that?
No, I don't personally.
Like a shell of a fucking. Yeah, I get you. Yeah. I don't want United to be a shell of a fucking club, just who's seen as a business transaction and stuff like. I don't want that for my club. That's why I, as much as I hate Liverpool, and I really do, I admire what they do, because it is still a football club and it's still successful and they do it the right way. Mm-hmm. That's the way it should be done. And that's the way I want United to be. I want us to be better than City, who just chuck money at it until it solves the problem. I want us to be better than Chelsea, who just see players as commodities. I want us to be better than Newcastle, who could play and they can't spend because of PSR, and they've just dropped 85 million euros on a striker. So I want us to be better than that. I want us to be above that. And people say, well, they're successful. I was like, maybe they are, but you lose the heart, you lose the soul of the club, and it becomes voidless. And if that's the way football wants to become, I don't want any part of it, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, welcome to everyone who's joining us in the chat. Please do leave a like on the video for us. I'm surprised you lot are still here, by the way, after that Grimsby Town game. So I appreciate joining us. James is saying evening. Paul saying, even with the mentality of the players, that's still on Amarim, because he's pretty much gotten rid of the players he doesn't want. Why is it hard to still motivate these set of players that he likes? All right. We referred to it yesterday. Go on.
No, you finish your point and I'll come back on it.
I was just saying, we referred to it yesterday, didn't we, with this kind of cloud that's over the club. It feels like no one can get it right, from top to bottom, managers, players, execs. No one can figure out this problem of United just to take us back to the glory, and it just seems like an endless task of trying to sort it out.
It's also as well, like you're saying, it's on the manager to play it. Like, he didn't bring in Onana, he didn't bring in Bayende, he didn't bring in Dallo, who are all been at fault for problems over the last couple of months. You can't get rid of everybody. Like, it's physically impossible to get rid of everybody. He's got rid of the players who are the biggest issues. Rashford, Garnacho, Anthony, now Højlund and stuff. Big, massive money, wages, and that. But he can't get rid of everybody. If he gets rid of Bayende and Onana, right, so we're playing with Tom Heaton the rest of the season, and then two youth goalies? Like, do you know what I mean? And who the fuck do you sell Bayende to? Who do you sell Onana to? Like, it doesn't happen. Dallo is the same. He's on a big contract, probably on a decent wage, and then you've got no other right back. So it's not on the manager's mentality. It's on players. Do you think Roy Keane needed revving up and his mentality changing? No. Do you think Paul Scholes did? Do you think Cristiano Ronaldo did? Do you think Wayne Rooney did? Do you think any of these players needed Sir Alex Ferguson to get in their heads and get their mentality going? Didn't happen. It's them. It's on the player. It's not on the manager.
Yeah, and you could tell that from the first 15 minutes, couldn't you, in the Grimsby game? Like, I was mentioning before, just simple things, like your first touch, get it spot on. A lot of the players, when it was getting passed into yesterday, you know what, like Dallo and Dorgu does it sometimes, where it just goes out of play, meaninglessly, and you turn over possession, and you're like, how on earth are you going to get a foothold in the game when you've got Onana shaky with the ball, playing out of play constantly. Defenders not like getting tangled up with their feet. No, we spoke about the progression of how like we play it to the wing backs, and if you shut that lane off through the middle, it's non-existent because we're outnumbered majority of the time. Do
you remember the Fulham game where Mount turns, doesn't look where the pass is, and just passes the ball to Shaw, but totally misses him and it goes out for a corner? Like, simple shit.
Yeah,
simple stuff,
simple
man.
Things.
How bad are we on corners and defending? And what do? You gift them a corner. Like, it's so stupid.
Something as well, you've seen similar traits. So what we saw with Eric Ten Hag is he had that one get out of jail card with Scott McTominay where he'd bring him off the bench. Now it's Maguire with Ruben Amorim. Harry Maguire, with all the attacking talent we had on the pitch yesterday, we had probably 7 attackers on the pitch, I want to say, who play in forward areas. And it took Maguire at the back post to score to get us back into the game, which we didn't even fucking deserve to be in.
Which has happened more than 3 times under Amorim's stewardship, which it shouldn't be the case. Like, it's either Bruno or Maguire that pulls you out of the mud.
Yeah,
that's it. If they don't do it, nothing happens.
Before I get into players who potentially deserve minutes against Burnley, and are we expecting a reaction or anything like that? This system, just speaking purely on it, doesn't seem to be getting the best out of the players. I think United fans are quite unified on that. It's not working. It may have worked in Europe with Sporting, but in the Premier League, in this English pyramid, it doesn't seem to work at all. What would you do personally? How can we get the best out of these players, in your opinion?
You need to have, like in Premier League, you need to have high possession and high retainment of the ball, physicality, and sort of aggressive nature. Amorim's system is dependent on transitional, being vertical, counter, that kind of stuff.
Passes in it, drill passes in the middle, bounce passes.
It does not work in a Premier League. It might work against the bigger teams who have more possession and will play stuff like that. That's why we're so successful against City, against Arsenal, draws against Liverpool, etc. It works against them, but 90% of the teams we play are not those teams. Like there's 4, maybe 5 of them that will play per season. The rest of the other sort of like 16 teams are not going to play that. They're not going to have a lot of the ball. You're going to have the possession of the ball. So it just doesn't work, and they pick us off, and they know it, and they know exactly how to exploit the system. Mm-hmm. If you look at sort of managers who's like the thing, like you look at Thomas Frank, he can't play the system he played at Brentford because they were the underdogs and they had to play a certain way. He can't play that way at Tottenham because they're expected to have possession, they're expected to be aggressive and go on the front foot and stuff like that. So he's changed it. Like, you can't have a team that's a transitional team and a counter-attacking team constantly, especially in the modern day. I think in the Fergie era, it worked because different systems, people playing 4-4-2. There was a lot more teams that would like sit in a low block and do sort of stuff. A lot of teams now will play good football. Bournemouth play great football. Like Brighton play great football. You'll just get pulled apart. Like, we're not playing Stoke City anymore where they'll just sit with a back 8 and just go, yeah, come fuck us up, and then just put a Rory Delap throwing in and hope he gets something. Like, it don't work that way anymore. So I just think that's one thing. I think the midfield's weak, and we obviously need reinforcement there. So for now, if we can't get reinforcement, which I don't think we will, switch to a 3. Put a 3 in the midfield. Give us some protection. Give those midfield a bit of a strengthening and a core. Bruno, Kobe, Casemiro, Bruno, Kobe, Ugarte, whatever you want to do, whatever combination you want to do. Give us a 3. So we go to a 4-3-3. And I think if you go for 4-3-3, so you got Joran De Ligt in the middle. You go Dorgo on the left. It has to be Dallo. I don't want it to be, but it has to be. And then you got the 3, whatever you want combination. And then up front, you've got a combination of Mbumo, Cunha, Sesko, or you can put Mount in there, you can put Ahmad in there. Whatever combination you want, you've got options off the bench. That's what I would do. But it seems so simple, but Amorim must have thought about it. He must have thought about it because he's a smart guy.
Yeah.
But whether he enacts on it, I don't know.
I go back to the Jose Mourinho quote. I remember that period when he was doing a bit of punditry after I don't know whatever club he was he left, but he was doing Sky Sports, Super Sunday, a couple of things like that. And one thing he always went back to with his philosophy, and obviously he's not the same Mourinho like he was. He's managing in Turkey now and stuff, but he's still obviously one of the greatest coaches that's been about. And he spoke about compactness and how even if you're playing a 4-4-2 or a 4-3-3 or whatever it is, between the lines you have to defend as a team. You have to press as a team. Like the spacing. I think spacing is significantly overlooked with United. You look at Ten Hag,
massive gaps. Massive.
Look at Ten Hag. What was the main issue with Eric Ten Hag?
Oh,
it was just the spacing.
Midfield and the defence. It was just.
Oh my God, Casemiro! The amount of ground that he had to try and cover on his own was horrendous. I look at Ruben Amorim's system. The wing backs are so far away from the defence. The midfield still seems far away. The two in the middle look really lonely and isolated. And the front three, even against Grimsby yesterday, they look miles away. They look like completely disconnected from the team. I want to play a 4-3-3, compact spaces, defend as a team, push up high, near the halfway line. You've got players who are quick enough. You've got Yoro in the team. You've got Heaven who's quick enough. Shaw as well. He's not rapid, but he can deal with it. That's the kind of football I want to see. And one example I want to point out, and we will speak about Burnley in a minute because I know it's a preview and we've been kind of ranting, but you know the Newcastle game, Sam, against Liverpool?
Yeah.
They were the better team than Liverpool with 10 men, and they didn't have their star striker on the pitch.
Yep.
So it goes to show, if you press and work like dogs in a team, you can get a result. It's achievable. But I don't think these players have that fight in them.
I think certain players don't. I definitely think certain players don't. Like Onana don't have it. I don't think Dallo has it. There's other players and stuff. I don't want to chuck like people like Fredrickson and Heaven under the bus because they're young players and stuff like that. I think that midfield is an issue. It's a big fucking issue. We're not getting the best out of Bruno. We're shoehorning him into an 8 where he doesn't belong. We're excluding Mainu because he doesn't fit the system and he's competing with Bruno for the 8, which Bruno is never injured. He's the captain and he plays every game. So how the fuck is Kobbie Mainu supposed to get into this team? Yeah. Like it's just not going to happen, is it? So yeah, it's worrying, man. It's really, really worrying.
Yeah, I look at the most successful teams. PSG just won the Champions League, right? Play a 4-3-3, basically. Ruiz, Vitinho, and Neves in the midfield with Dembele, Kvaratskhelia, and Barca.
They work their asses off as well. Like, they work the fucking asses off.
More than most, to be fair. Man City, similar situation. Liverpool, 4-3-3. They're adaptable, but that's their main kind of strength. You mentioned the other day, Xabi Alonso with Madrid has just kind of reverted back to that. Like, it just seems to be working at the minute. And you might need certain profiles in there, but having a midfield 3, put Bruno, Kobbie, and Casemiro in, and just see. Please, just see if it's better. Because results are important at the minute. Like, we haven't won a game. We've played 3 games. We fucking lost 2 and drew 1. So just please try something. In terms of a reaction, Sam, last question on United. Will we get one?
I can only say I hope so. I can't.
Do you truly believe we will, though, or not?
I think we might. I think we'll see something better.
A slight step up, yeah.
I think we'll see a slight improvement, but enough to sort of convince me that there's light at the end of the tunnel. I don't think so, because that performance against Grimsby is woeful. Like, it's fucking woeful. Yeah. So you have to step up from that, and playing at home might help us as well. Fans getting on your back and stuff. Like, I remember with the away fans at Grimsby, when we're 2-0 down and they're chanting attack. Like, can't get away with that at Old Trafford. Like, if you play like that at Old Trafford, the fans are going to get on you. Like, they're definitely going to get on you. So I think there'll be a little more sort of importance to get forward and sort of make things happen. I'm hoping. Anyway, I'm hoping.
Fingers crossed. All right, let's go to the comments then. James saying, to be honest, lads, one thing that's been overlooked is the media seem to be getting to Ruben now. I wouldn't say rattled, but that's a great point, I think. And I think Bruno Fernandes is cut from the same cloth that Ruben Amorim is. You know, where they get a little bit over-emotional?
Yeah.
Do you agree with it? Do you know when you see him in the stands last night and he's looking away? For me, I know sometimes a bit's played too much into that. But if you're a team, you want a leader, you want to look over and the managers. Just for me, this is my personal opinion. I want someone looking at him saying, go on, I've got confidence, I believe in you. Someone who's sat on the bench, who's like that, who doesn't want to watch. I don't know. For me, it just doesn't. And then he gets the tactics board out. That's not a great look. I don't know. Emotion seems to be riding high, and when everything's going positive and looking great, it works for us. But when it's the flip side and it's the opposite, it's not great.
That's the double-edged sword, isn't it? Of like a manager who is emotional, wears his heart on his sleeve, whereas with Ten Hag, he got the opposite. Yeah. Didn't give anything away. Was not emotional, but was a disciplinarian, which people already disciplinarian. Players get away with too much under Ollie, blah blah blah. So we brought him in, and people didn't like it. He's a robot. So now we've got a manager who's passionate, who's emotional, and stuff like that. So it's just like, can't win, can you? Can't fucking win.
You really can't. Against Fulham, Maguire's header just went wide in the last minute as well. Paul saying, what do you guys think about a 3-5-2? I said this in pre-season. I said I wouldn't mind seeing it.
Try it.
Drop a midfielder in the middle. Try anything.
Just try something. Try something.
Fucking something. Try a 4-4-2 if you want to go like that. But,
I don't care.
Just try anything, please. Tim saying, I think we lack identity. And with 3 in the middle, similar to what LVG did with the Dutch in the 14 World Cup. Yeah. I'm open to ideas, please, for the love of God. And if you're going to do it, we just had breaking news. Garnacho's done.
Chelsea.
Here we go. Yep. Just been announced. Wow.
7-year deal.
Wow. 7 years.
Close to 40 million.
Could you get the details on that? We'll go through that at the end of the game, and I'll just run through Burnley now because obviously it was a preview for it. Yep. Right, okay, so Burnley, 1 loss and 1 win for them. Lost 3-0 to Tottenham Hotspur at the start of the season, and then beat Sunderland, who had a very good start as well against West Ham. So they're 1 for 1. Scott Parker had a really good, great defensive, amazing defensive reputation in the Championship. But look, it's a different ball game in the Premier League when you come up. So they've had a mixture of results. It's still early days. I'm interested to see. I think I actually picked them to be a bit of a surprise package because of that defensive kind of resilience that they've shown. But yeah, we're going to be facing an old foe in Kyle Walker, which I think is interesting. You've got Cunha or Mount, whoever it is, who's going to be on that left-hand side. Yep. But yeah, on Burnley, Sam, do you see him staying up? Do you see him fighting? Or do you think same 3 teams go back down again?
Nah, I think they go down. I think Sunderland might stay up. I think I said that on my preview. I think Sunderland spent a lot, got some decent players in, so I think they'll be all right. But yeah, Burnley, the loss of James Trafford, who was key to that Championship run, I think is going to impact them. So I think, they'll end up going back down, unfortunately. But yeah, there's still a team who causes problems, who cause issues for any team. That is a very different team to what was under Vincent Kompany, where they style. So yeah, I think they're a dangerous team, but with the team we're better in a team like Burnley, but you can say all you want, it don't really happen in reality with United.
Yeah. I can hear you, Sam.
With me?
Yeah, I can hear you, but it's very laggy and you crashed on the screen. I don't know if you can. Are you here still? Right, I don't know what's happened with Sam. He seems to have gone somewhere. He's paused at the minute. So, yeah, I'm sure he'll look into it and I can continue the conversation, no problem at all, whilst he sorts that out. Yeah, Burnley are an interesting... to be honest, it wouldn't surprise me at the moment the way we're playing if fucking Burnley go above United in Premier League and finish 13th and we finish 17th or 15th again. Are you back with us, Sam?
Yeah, can you see me, hear me?
Yes, yeah, you're good.
Okay.
You're fine.
Cool.
Yeah, let's get into ones to watch then. We don't need to spend too long on Burnley because, yeah, it's just one of them, innit? For you, Man United, Sam, who's ones to watch?
Jesus Christ. Lenny Yoro, he was rested against Grimsby. I think he's been our best player by a mile. Really, really good player, like solid, gets forward. Quick, clinical, his decision making's on point. He's a fantastic player for us, and if we're gonna do anything this season, he's gonna be a big part of it. So Lenny Yoro's would be my standout.
Yeah, I agree. It's weird that we're picking a centre back as our ones to watch in it. For Burnley, it seems like they're more like a team rather than one-star man.
Yeah.
So I'll just go for it. I'm just worried about anyone on the pitch who's
Josh Brownhill got there. So apart from James Trafford, he got there.
He's been sold.
Yeah, has he sold him?
Yeah, Brownhill's been sold. Yeah.
Who did he sell him to?
I don't know. I just know he's gone. I know he went.
Yeah, he was their best player last season.
Yeah, decent player for him.
Yeah, but yeah, I think, like you said, tactically and the way they set up, that's what's going to cause the issue for us, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's what the thing that's going to be like. How do we figure it out? How do we break them down? And their goalie will probably have a fucking worldie as well, won't he? Like every other goalie comes to Old Trafford.
Right, let's get into the starting 11s then. Mine's on the screen first, and then I'll go through yours, Sam. So I've gone Bayindir in net. For just never want to see Onana in that goal ever again. Amad Diallo at wing back, although he probably doesn't deserve it based on his performance. He was absolutely dog shit against Grimsby.
Yeah.
But I think you need an opportunity to bounce back. And if we can get Amad back on form again, then it's always going to be a decent addition. Our best back three, which is Yoro, De Ligt, and Shaw. Dorgu at wing back again because he ain't going to play Diego Leon in a Prem game. Cass and Bruno, out of all the options that we've got in a minute, are the best pairing in my opinion. Although Mainu might come into that, and then Mbumo, Sheshko, and Cunha, because I don't see him dropping the new transfer signings already. Just again, and then Sheshko, needs to get a goal, needs to get some more minutes in his legs. So I'll go with that, but I wouldn't be surprised to see kind of little tweaks here and there. Talk me through your team, Sam.
Yeah, I wanted to put Heaton in, but I just don't think he's going to do it, is he? Like, he just won't do it. And I think the positives with Bayindir outwork the ones with Onana. His distribution's decent, stuff like that. So I think Bayindir comes in. I've got the same back five as you. That's probably arguably our best back five, Dallo aside. I've done Casemiro and Bruno for the same reason. I'd love to see Bruno and Cobby play together. That'd be interesting, but I doubt it'll happen. I've put in Mbumo in. He didn't start against Grimsby, so which makes me think he's going to start for Burnley. I've dropped Cunha just because he's played pretty much every game, but he did have a bit of a poor game against Grimsby for me. Like he wasn't on it at all. Mount didn't play at all until last 10 minutes he came on, last 5 or something. So I think he might stick Mount in, and then Sheshko keeps his place because I think he needs minutes in his legs. But it wouldn't surprise me to see Cunha back in it, to be honest with you. But I thought just to change things up a little bit.
Yeah, Mount came on at fucking wing back, didn't he?
Yeah.
Left wing back, and you're like, oh my goodness me, what is going on here? Yeah, I think that's everything we can do. A score prediction. Let's do it. How depressing is yours?
It's not a loss, so.
Oh, sorry. There's a quick fire section.
All right.
I'm missing.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm rushing through it all. Then we'll get into the score prediction. My bad. Who will score first?
Burnley.
Yeah, probably right. Will Amad start?
I say no, but you've said yes, haven't you?
Yeah. If you're a betting man, will this be Amarin's last game?
No.
Will we concede from a set piece?
Yeah. It's Bayindir in net, innit?
And who gets player of the match for you?
Lenny Yoro.
Yeah, probably right. I'll just go Mateus Cunha because I'm expecting him to bounce back, but he's probably going to end up being a Burnley player as well. Score predictions.
I've gone 1-1. I can't be any more positive than 1-1, unfortunately. I don't want to put a loss because I think the loss will just destroy me. So 1-1, get a point, hopefully see an improved performance. But yeah, if we lose, Jesus Christ, I don't know what happens. I really don't.
If we lose, I think it definitely will be Ruben Amorim's last game. What do I go with here? Jesus Christ. I think I might agree with you, Sam. I think a 1-1 is probably... I hope not, because I'm going to the game on Saturday, so I hope it's a bit more entertaining and we show a bit of fight, but I'm going to go with a 1-1 in my heart of hearts. What's everybody else saying? Let me know in the comments section. Score predictions, please. 3 in the middle. Oh, sorry, yeah, I've already read that out. Yeah, let us know. Leave them in the comments whether you're watching this live or watching this later on. We are going to go live separately for Alejandro Garnacho because we just had news of here we go with that. So stick with us. We're back in 5 minutes. Yeah, see you shortly. See you in a bit.